Sorry, this is Justice League issue 93, written by a convicted paedophile and drawn by someone who, at the very least, has never been convicted. This is the second issue in this weird non-starter of a run. I covered the first issue ages ago, back in the days of the blanket regime. You know, when I had this blanket on my settee, because I thought it was good for hiding how dirty and hard my settee is, but then I stopped using it because I thought it didn't make it look enough like a settee. Settee, that is what we call a couch out here. I feel the need to point everything like that out now, because I said quarantined in a video, but in America, they say quarantined. This issue, it introduces a new villain who is only ever in this run, but he is in this run a fair amount. This guy here, this ugly monster, he is called Scaramouche, and in this one, he is hunting down Supergirl and Supergirl's baby. And there's nothing more suspicious than a disgusting predator writing a story called The Baby Hunt. This is our team here, our Justice League, and this team really frustrates us. This was a run where they were trying to move away from the trappings of the Justice League International. That was a direction that they had stuck to for about 9 years by this point, and it wasn't really working out once Kevin Griffin left. So this run, it's meant to get back to being like a classic Justice League with them having a satellite base and that, but it's trying to have its cake and then have another cake as well, or whatever that saying is. We have got the Flask, the Willie West version, Wonder Woman and Stephen Hawkman. They definitely help that classic Justice League feel. Albino Man as well, I suppose. This was in the 90s when they tried to make him look like Ghost Driver. So those four characters, they work. They have that classic thing going for them. But then we've also got Polaris, who is just a holdover from the Justice League International days. And also Kabuto, who is from Justice League Europe. She's a really shit character. Then we have got two new members in the shape of Obsidian Man and Hyperion. And if you're trying to move away from the international take, maybe they can try to set Obsidian Man and Hyperion up like they're going to be the new Booster Gold and Blue Beetles double act. Also, they can fucking bring in another character heavily linked to the Justice League International era. The other thing is every character is written at best as one-dimensional. Most of them didn't die out, or they are defined by a singular character trait. Wonder Woman, for example, she is the leader. Everyone says she is the leader. She thinks about how she is the leader, but she does very little leading. The Flask, Willie West, he is impatient in this one panel, and that is all he does for the whole issue. Polaris, she is only for Hyperion. Kabuto, though, she really stands out as not only gunning against the idea of defining this iteration apart from the Justice League International, she is the exact sort of bland, goofy-looking character that just didn't work after Kevin Griffin left. But also, she does nothing at all in this issue. She barely has any dialogue, and it was actually the same in the last issue as well. She hasn't done anything in 2 issues. And the thing is, right, if they just replaced her with someone else, like, I don't know, Superman or My Girlfriend Canary or something, that would straight away make the team feel more like a Justice League team. Like, if they just replaced her, like, if they had the hard traditional members outnumber the rest, problem solved. But this team, it's It's just like a random assortment. So what happens is, Supergirl, actually, you know what, replace Kabuto with Supergirl. This story is about her anyway, so there you go. You've improved the team's credibility dramatically. The baddie, Scaramouche, he attacks the Justice League's base. Their base, this is another thing, their base is a ship that they stole off a baddie. This team, they're always idiots, they're always portrayed as idiots. They didn't know anything about this ship, they've just repurposed it to be their base. But yeah, Scaramouche, he attacks Wonder Woman here, he beats her up, and being beat up is Wonder Woman's main role for this issue. Scaramouche, he is after Supergirl's baby. Remember Supergirl, when she had a baby? Of course you didn't, because it was introduced and then quickly undone and never mentioned again. Supergirl, she is off on an island, raising her newborn baby, and now the baby seems to have aged a lot, because they had no idea whatsoever to do with this plot line. Then we cut back to the ship. You know, the ship that the Justice League didn't even understand or know everything about, that they just decided to make their headquarters. We've got Wonder Woman. She tells the others that she was attacked and that the attacker was after Supergirl. So they all gone to that island where she is living. And we get the main thing that could be considered character work in this. Polaris, she thinks that Obsidian Man is a coward. And watch how she is proven wrong in 3 or 4 pages time. So there's an evil magic cloud that is surrounding the island for some reason. And then on the island, Scaramouche, he is there and he has found Supergirl. He has caught Supergirl. And now Supergirl gets to fight him. And Supergirl gets to get beat up. And even though she isn't part of the team, Supergirl clearly gets the most of anyone in this comic today. She's had like 5 or 6 pages entirely to herself. She gets thrown around by Scaramouche. Then the Justice League, they try and breach the evil magic cloud thing that isn't explained. This is the only thing Albino Man does all issue. You would think with his ability to transform into any gas or chemical element that this all evil magic cloud thingy, it was like written just for him. But no, he just can't do out about it. Instead, Obsidian Man, who, remember, he is a coward. Well, he can do it with his shadow. And then he gets to go and fight Scaramouche. And as a big fan of Obsidian Man, I do appreciate this somewhat. But these 2 pages, they're the only time when this team or a character from this team seems competent or capable. And then anyway, Obsidian Man, he gets beat up. And then Supergirl, who gets another old page here, she gets spirited away by an unseen force. And now she's underwater, and it is Oregon. And he is the baby's grandfather, and Scaramouche, he is the baby's dad. And actually, right, hold on. 1, 2, 3. I'll count half of this one, so 3.5. No. 4, 5, 6. That's another half there, that'll bring us up to 7. No. 8. 9. 9 pages of this 23-page comic are spent on a character who is not a member of the team, while the actual team do almost nothing. I keep forgetting who was on this team because they're not doing out. Stephen Altman, he's on the team. Willie West, he's on the team. Kabuto. It's sad. If Supergirl was on this team, not only would it improve the overall team dynamic and their stature, but it would also mean that this comic actually focused on a teammate. This is just underwhelming and missed potential, and it's written by a diddler, so I'll sentence this book to 7 years imprisonment on child pornography charges.